Morning. You guys will open it up to questions. Coach Gallant.
So you're starting both in the center?
Yep.
Any changes to the lineup?
No.
Coach, in the last matchup between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights, you guys had a 3-to-1 ratio in faceoffs. Is that going to be the theme for tonight to continue getting on them?
I didn't like the last matchup against Edmonton. It was 8-2 for them, so he threw that game out. But you know what? To me, faceoffs aren't really important thing. It's about hunting down pucks and takeaways, pucks and stuff like that. So, I mean, everybody makes a big deal of it. Your faceoff percentage sometimes, but for me, most times I check after a game, and when we lose faceoff, we still win hockey games. So, you'd like to win faceoffs, but it's not a major issue for me.
How did your group look to you this morning? Like, kind of, you had the first practice yesterday. They flooded. They looked a little better at the end of the second one. How were they today?
I thought they looked good, and that's what we tried to do. We tried to have 2-3 little mini practices basically before you get on the ice after your break, and hopefully it'll work out tonight. But we'll see. You know, I mean, the guys touched the ice a few times, and they were loose this morning and had fun, and getting ready for a big game tonight against a team that pounded us pretty good in their build. So hopefully we'll play real well tonight.
So is that just one of those nights where every team has it in the season, and you say just watch
yeah.
that one because you won 5 games in a row?
Yeah, no, and that was the big thing. I was happy the way our team responded after that loss. I mean, we were going pretty good, and then we went in there and they pounded us pretty good and dominated that hockey game against us. And after that, we woke up and, like I said, our team responded real well in Vancouver 2 nights later, and then won 5 in a row. So it was big for us, and you're going to have those nights, but you just hope you don't have them too often.
When you have a game like that, you mentioned throwing out the tape afterwards, you don't want to look at it too much, but at the same time, it was a lopsided school against a team that you're playing in. How much do you reference anything that happened in that game with tonight's game?
Not a lot. Like I said, you think we got embarrassed that night and you bounced back. For me, it was more about what we were going to do the next night in Vancouver, and the team responded the way I wanted them to respond, and so that made us real happy as an organization because, you know, it wasn't that early in the season, but it was an early test for us, and we responded well to that test.
When you play the home games and you win so many early in the season, does carry over the team figures are going to win every home game?
Yeah, no, I think the guys feel real good about coming to our building. I mean, like you said, we've had an unbelievable winning record at home, and I think our crowd has a lot to do with that. They're really into the game, just like a playoffs atmosphere every time we come into the building, and guys feel real comfortable playing at home, and they played real well, obviously.
You talk about you don't match lines a lot, but when you got a guy like McDavid, just how much is that in everybody's mind when you're sending guys out there?
Well, when guys are playing against him, they know, you know, one of the best players in the league's out there, and he's got dynamic speed. He's a great player, and you know, he makes things happen on the ice. So we got to make sure we're paying attention to him. And again, we say that against a lot of players, but this guy's a special player. There's no doubt about that.
When Carlson said it this morning, I asked him about the second half, and he just kind of shrugged it off and said, "We haven't played any hockey yet. We're still hungry. We still have a lot to prove." Do you like hearing that from your players?
I hope I hear that because it's true. I mean, we had the first half of the season was outstanding for us, but it means nothing unless we do something real good in the second half too. So we got to get ready to play another second half of the season, prepare to show up every night and play hard and play well. And like I said, those guys, they had a great first half, but they got to show it again in the second half. I'm sure they will. They're confident. They're good. It's a good hockey team we got, and play hard, play well, and have fun. Don't change a thing.
Yesterday, you've referred to the Edmonton loss as a turning point of the season. What did the subsequent 5-game winning streak tell you about your team?
Well, then 2 nights later, it told me a lot about my team because, like I said, we didn't feel real good at all leaving Edmonton that night. I mean, again, we're a team that's having, you know, it's our first year, and you're going to see how guys respond in certain situations. That's the first time we got beat that bad and dominated. And the guys had a good practice the next day in Vancouver, and then we played a great game in Vancouver. I think we won 5-2 or 5-3, something like that. And the guys responded. They showed me that they're going to, you know, they're going to bounce back and play hard, compete hard. And we went on a little lull after that. So that was a good turning point for our guys. It just showed the character of our group, and you know, they didn't want to get beat. And, so they bounced back and did exactly what you expect them to do.
Any more questions for Coach? Thanks, Coach.
See you guys.